Few months ago, I was in Egypt. Okay. I saw the pyramids and statues that are 5,000 or so years old. I felt envious and sad. The IVC, the Indus Valley Civilization, or the Saraswati Sindhu phase of Indian history, that its geographical extent was larger than that of Hamath or Egypt. Yet, not much of that antiquity has survived here. Actually, see, here's the deal. In India, we did not invest our resources in building monumental architecture, gigantic architecture, which is inspiring but serves no purpose for society. Imagine in a hypothetical universe, we, our ancestors in the Saraswati Sindhu phase of India's civilization, they had built colossal pyramids. How would those pyramids have served society? In no way whatsoever. So the pyramids that the Egyptian kings built, we don't quite know what their purpose was. We do not know what their purpose was. Okay. They were not tombs of the pharaohs. Not a single Egyptian mummy has been found in these pyramids, but we don't know what their purpose was. But they exist. But imagine what a colossal drain of the nation's resources these pyramids would have been, the construction. And what purpose did it serve? We're not quite sure. Probably it's just to glorify the king. That's all it was, to represent how glorious and powerful he is. Perhaps that's the purpose. Of course, these are gigantic, monumental constructions, and they are awe-inspiring. And that's one of the things that's most famous about Egypt, apart from the Sphinx. And it's a source of pride for Egyptians, sure. But when it comes to the IVC, what you call the IVC or the Saraswati Sindhu civilization, it was a phase of our civilization, and our civilization is unbroken. We are a continuity of that. So the geographical extent of that, the so-called IVC, was bigger than Egypt and Mesopotamia put together. Let's go to the map and see what's Egypt and Mesopotamia. 1 second, where's the map? Here is map. Yes. So the IVC or Saraswati Sindhu civilization phase was bigger in geographical extent than Egypt and Mesopotamia put together. Mesopotamia is roughly like 1/3 of Iraq, or let's say whole of Iraq. If you put Egypt and Iraq together, that combined land area is smaller than the geographical extent of the so-called IVC. That's how big it was. And the IVC was characterized by an urbanized civilization, a fully urban, fully industrialized civilization. A continuity of culture everywhere, standardization of weights and measures, colossal architecture in the sense that the ports and the harbors, Lothal, Dholavira, etc., are examples, were so large that they compare favorably in size with today's Visakhapatnam, where aircraft carriers can be accommodated. That's how big the ports were. But yeah, it doesn't look as magnificent as a pyramid, but it was way more advanced. The hydro engineering, the overall engineering was beyond what the Egyptians had. So we had a fully urban civilization, multi-storied buildings, standardization of weights and measures in an area larger than Egypt plus Mesopotamia put together. And we have excavated less than 2% of the archaeological sites. Okay. More than 98% of the archaeological sites are unexcavated. Imagine what is waiting for us in there. The truth about our history is waiting for us in there. Someday we'll do it. I think it's good that these are unexcavated. At least nobody is looting and pillaging them and the artifacts. So that's the deal. I know it feels sad to see another country in their civilization, they're having monumental architecture. We don't have that, but we have some of that. We have very ancient temples, very beautiful architecture. The main thing was our culture was such that we did not waste money on pointless symbols. Everything had a purpose. So that's how one looks at it in context.